Hey there. Um, Thank you for joining me on Encased. My name is Theo. Don't call me Ted. I don't even know if I want to keep saying that. Like, it doesn't really matter. I'll say it whenever I feel like it. How about that? Just like I feel like posting whenever I feel like it. It's just the same thing. Um, we just got to Nashville, and we're just gonna play through.
It takes you some time to realize that you're wandering through a fog. Eventually, the dull, white nothingness begins to dissipate, slowly returning you to reality. A noise fills your ears, a rumble resembling the sound of waves rolling ashore. You step carefully through the white haze. Fragile bits of rock crackle under your feet. Vague shadows appear from the mist over your head. Breached concrete plate bristling with exposed armature. The dusty drill of an earth mover lying on its side. Yellowed documents, boxes. Crushed steel closets that tumbled down through gaps in the floor. The space beneath your feet resembles thick but perfectly transparent ice. A vortex of clouds spins slowly below, the lights still flickering. They're the same lights you saw when you first touched the sphere. The lights are actively moving, wandering, gathering. Iridescent, they form both small and large groups, and the desert far below changes, following their pattern. Settlements appear in the north, in the east, in the west, and even in the dull yellow barrens of the south. They grow right before your eyes, as if time were moving ahead at incredible speed.
Hmm. Weird. Where am I? On Maryland, right? Yeah. Ethereal.
Clara is surrounded with white light and mist, her hands clasped in prayer. She reminds you of an angel statue from some reformist church.
I forgot she's pretty heavily religious.
Seeing you, her expression changes. She crosses herself, mumbling under her breath.
I was having lunch, and then you appeared. Out of nowhere.
She nervously touches the cross hanging from her neck. She steps towards you and kneels.
I must repent.
Clara's voice trembles.
When Maelstrom broke, I didn't try to save anyone. I just got in the truck and drove away. I'm a terrible sinner. I know. I hope you're in heaven.
She raises a face distorted with suffering.
You know, I built this character. I named her a thing. I picked a class or whatever, like a literal class where I'm basically seen as like criminal slave worthy. But I didn't decide how I want to roleplay this character. I guess I'm kind of just gonna feel it out. I don't really I don't really know. Um I know how I built her, like I know what she can use in combat and stuff like that. Maybe it's just gonna be how like, you know, walking in baby face, everyone's treating me like shit. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Clara sighs heavily.
I see. Why are you appearing to me? Is this some sort of a sign? Do you know about signs? This is when...
Her voice suddenly becomes deep and thick. She drawls as if her words were being played from a corrupted tape. Clara's face alters subtly, as if it had turned to stone.
Abbott is very kind to me, but his faith is nothing I could get used to.
She says in a dull voice.
Glad to meet you.
Okay, so I'm only seeing this. Everyone else is seeing things differently. From my perspective, it looks like the computer room where Louise locked me in. Sorry, there's something on my screen. Who's this one?
Glad to meet you.
I don't remember who you are. Oh, you're the orange guy I talked to in the elevator that I'm pretty sure slipped me lockpicks. Is he gonna be a homie? Not everyone seems to be as concerned with
There's
the
no
actual
doubt.
happenings
The
of what's
funny,
going on.
scruffy old man standing before you is Aaron Melville, the old man from the gas station. He also recognizes you. A smile wrinkles his already wrinkled face.
I wonder what would happen if I
It's
robbed
you.
him and killed him.
Long time no see, sweetheart.
See, that's kind of where I'm getting at with this. I mean, I didn't have my mic on for the first 2 or 3 videos I made of this game, but the last section at the diner, I made a big decision to save this man. No. Yeah, I made a big decision to save this man by not killing, but threatening fellow oranges, which we're all color classed. Everybody's in a color class. I'm orange. I'm the lowest of the low. I'm basically probably a criminal, and I chose to work in this dome thing instead of instead of going to prison. And my first act of goodness, mostly out of just necessity to not want to fight, because I realized that the fight was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. I saved this man from essentially like Fallout raiders. I told him to fuck off. But I wonder what would happen if I continued to attack them. Would one of those raiders be here right now? Who knows? That's really where I'm getting at, is during my indecision of not knowing what kind of fucking character I'm playing as, I
Melville examines you closely.
saved this man, and now he's already a part of my story.
Safe and sound, I see. How'd you pull that off? No one survived where you were heading. The only worst place is the center of the dome, where the spire... Well, you know.
This is the other weird thing. I just drove off into the distance with what's her face. Didn't I? I just fixed up the truck. And I'm heading into Nashville. Nashville's destroyed, but I arrived at a destroyed Nashville. I'm not in. I
The old
didn't
man
get
points
hit,
vaguely upwards with his crooked finger.
I think.
You're aware, aren't you? The spire is fallen. Now the road's closed. As if folks would want to come here anyway. And here we stay like crabs in a barrel.
He thumps his timber leg on the ground, driving the mist away.
Don't think that I'm complaining. My business is on a roll. They come and they go.
Melville's face seems to petrify. He speaks slowly, but flounders anyway.
The gas station can be crowded nowadays. Everybody needs my gas station. Folks went crazy, I tell you. Fighting over nothing.
What the fuck's happened since I left?
The old man woefully shakes his head.
Because his diner was not thriving. I can tell you that for sure. There was like 2 people in the diner that were just doing nothing.
A dazzling supernova-like flash sweeps across your view. The lights, frozen in the desert, start to move, and a cloudy funnel begins to slowly trail after them. The funnel spreads out under your feet. Flickering waves of lights drift northward, driven by the winds of a maelstrom. Not just a maelstrom. Maelstrom. Its shadow covers the west and south of the dome, as if it was extinguishing the lights scattered across the desert.
Weird. Research suggests Maelstrom has a complex consciousness, but no direct evidence of this has yet been found. They think that the storm, I think that's what the Maelstrom is the storm, is conscious? Like the electrical storm itself is a bunch of like synapses going off? That's crazy. That's wild. Is that Donald Trump? No, okay. Look at that guy with his posture.
A gray-haired man, arms stiff at his sides, stands squinting short-sightedly into the mist. Kingsley is much shorter in person, and older. He notices you.
I depended on you and you failed me. Why did you not report on the events of that day?
Martin comes closer.
It's just like building backstory
You
for him
notice
now.
small changes in his uniform. Some of the insignia have been replaced by larger patches resembling military chevrons. Kingsley nods as if anticipating your question.
Yes, the uniform is new, but the man is the same. Head of Magellan Base. I intended to resign after the incident, but Nakamura decided otherwise. I couldn't argue with her.
He surveys the thick mist around you.
One thing's certain. You're standing here. That means you're alive. Yes, I know what this is, partly.
He looks you in the eye and says,
Scientists on the emulator project have been telling us a lot about it. Not everything, of course. Even they don't know what it is.
Well, being vague isn't gonna help me right now, guy.
Van Olden looks the same as he did during your first meeting. The same shiny glasses with thin rims, an arrogant expression, and a stopwatch clutched in his hands. He's examining a shred of mist hanging in the air. He's so involved in his research that he doesn't notice you at first. Meeting your eyes, the scientist instantly darts back. Then he comes up to you and begins to palpate your face, hands, and clothes. His fingers seem to sink in your face. Sebastian Van Olden screws up his lips scornfully.
Yes, of course. A thought form, like the pink mist, I suppose, or any other similar anomaly. As was to be expected.
The white winces.
Have you any grasp of the context? I'm talking about anomalies. The pink mist is obviously a term particular to this field. A thought form. Well, it's a derivative of this pink mist. Eyewitnesses often see people in it.
Sebastian smiles dreamily.
I see answers in it myself. Numerological sequences which...
It
But
says
you
numerical,
probably wouldn't understand.
not numerologic. I don't even know what the fuck you said, dude. Numerical. Numericological? I don't know, man. You said something weird,
The
though.
scientist loses all interest in you, steps aside, and continues to study the mist.
Alright, see ya, dude. I walk towards the portal again, the center.
You smell quartz and sand tempered in the sun. But as you try to penetrate the dispersing mist, you can't see any desert. The world around you is full of pictures. They're floating around like visions in some crystal ball. A hall covered with carpets. A golden Cronus logo on the wall among wine-red banners.
Casino?
A power plant.
Oh.
A city filled with lights. Mercenaries, soldiers, armored vehicles moving through the cool wasteland in the night. The spire of a temple spire, its searchlight shining into the night sky. White corridors of research complexes. The visions fade one after another until only the last remains. The black silhouette of a strange building towering up from the lighter sand. This picture freezes before your eyes, as if giving sense to everything that came before.
More? Man. I'm gonna have to talk to all these guys. Look at that. This one has a crown. Alright. Start at Abbott. I think that dude's important.
A wizened old man, long and lean as a scarecrow, leans over to examine you with the curiosity of a vulture. His long, yellow-white robes fall down in waves and rustle quietly. His stony black eyes resemble those of a blind man, but their gaze is fixed on you.
Such remarkable technology.
He says in a low, well-modulated voice. This voice seems to belong to some other person. He smiles, a warm and kindly expression, wildly at odds with the menace in his eyes.
Name your price, and I'll buy your design. But be reasonable. Take time with your answer. Think it through.
What?
With the smile still fixed on his face, he steps back into the mist.
My design?
never
Like my
taking his eyes
likeliness?
off you.
My likeness?
You hear heels clicking. A dark figure appears out of the mist before you. It's a woman. You've never met her, but you feel as though you've seen her face 1,000 times. You even know the sound of her voice, although you have no idea where you could have heard it. She looks at you with surprise. Then she frowns pensively and steps closer.
Is she gonna be like the voice of
She stands
everyone's
so
AI
close you can
assistant?
see multicolored reflections in her bionic eye. After poking you to confirm your ethereal nature, she waves her hand left to right. Obviously, she's hoping to disperse you like mist. Naturally, she fails. The woman chuckles discontentedly and leaves. The clicking of her heels fades quickly away. The fuzzy mist, as if whisked with a mixer, looks like slowly dissolving clouds. A short, chubby little man in a camouflage cap and army shirt steps fussily out of the white. He clasps his hands behind his back and stops a few steps away. scanning you with his gaze. Vivid interest flashes in his eyes. He clears his throat.
I'm out of jokes about death. Or about Mr. Christ. I'm out of jokes about hallucinations. Although hallucinations under the dome aren't any joke, but an everyday reality.
The man circles you. His glance bounces from your face to your uniform to your shoes and back.
But you are something else. A pre-war haircut, old-time uniform, clean and pressed. Shoes aren't worn out, just got them.
He recites with enthusiasm. He frees his plump palm and carefully touches you with one finger.
You are ethereal, but light-tight. You respond to my movements. You are not using an image that's familiar to me. You don't look like anyone I know. And your badge says...
He raises himself on tiptoes and fixes his eyes upon your badge.
The name. Of course. Of course. The name.
He flings his arms about and leaves without even saying goodbye. The mist seems to slam shut behind his back, like a pair of wing doors closing.
Well, that's interesting. I'm saving the one with the crown for last.
Light slowly settles. A man and a woman stand before you. The woman rolls her eyes discontentedly.
Are you serious? Tuesday, I tell you. Wednesday, I tell you. Thursday. How come I always repeat the same thing? I can't sleep without my pills. You're the man. You're responsible for me. The nightstand. The top drawer. There they are. Oh, my pills. Just say pills before we go to sleep. Is that so difficult, Johan?
She pushes him lightly on the shoulder. The man nods automatically, lost in thought. The woman clasps her hands in front of her chest. She's boiling with frustration.
I can't depend on you, can I? I haven't been able to relax in years because I have to control the situation for both of us. Johan! Hello! My pills! P-I-L-L-S!
Her shouts break through the man's pondering. He comes to his senses and stares at you in surprise. Then he turns to face his companion.
Olivia, don't shout. Make a habit of putting your pills on your pillow. Anyway, this isn't about the pills.
Olivia falters and points her finger at you.
And what is this? Or who is this? Mind telling me, without the never-ending riddles, Johan? Just tell me.
Johan gives you an appraising look.
Is it Maelstrom? Hobbit's trying out a new device? I don't know, darling. Now, be so kind to take these goddamn pills since you remembered. And if you must yell, do it quietly. I have a migraine.
The woman flings her arms up fiercely and walks away into the mist. Johan lets her go ahead, then follows. The mist fades away. You see a short, dark-skinned man with a grim face. He's wearing a brightly colored turban. You take a step towards him, and he strides forward as if to block your way.
The ends justify the means, don't they? Have your scientists nothing better to do, Kimiko?
He asks, looking upward. The stranger raises his hand, forcing you to stop. He looks up again.
We have to be like the Soviet Union and Germany in the late 1930s.
Excuse me?
Mutual favors, mutual limits, parity. We've always worked on such terms.
Sir, I don't think you're a great military advisor if you're... Yeah.
As he finishes speaking, his lips stop. The man in the turban keeps standing there, a lean figure looking angrily upward.
Alright. Victoria Legrand.
An
Legrand.
unfamiliar woman steps out of the mist and looks at you with the wandering eyes of a mad person.
Is she the Mad Queen?
She's wearing a tall, crudely made tin crown.
Oh, it's homemade.
Painted with gold powder enamel.
Nice.
She smiles, although on her, this expression is more like an evil grin. She begins to prowl around you in a circle, wary eyes locked on your face. While circling around you, she steps into the mist and stops in place, a vague, distant silhouette.
Nice. Say Nashville was built as a launch pad for Maelstrom, and this idea is quite popular today. With all responsibility, I must state this is nonsense. It is a typical bunker of an equally typical design. All changes were dictated by ergonomics and logistics, and all these suggestions about it being part of some experiment. Excuse me, this is sheer paranoia. I gotta remember that most of these are propaganda. Cool. What we got here? Wow, they really go into detail on what you do in these quests, huh? And I gotta level up, I noticed. Yeah, I built her similarly to how I'm built in Fallout New Vegas right now. Where I'm like stealthy and dumb. I'm stealthy, dumb, and I'm good at laser guns. Which, it tracks. Those are my 3 good things, right? Make that 60, so we got... Because I think I have a laser or an energy weapon of some sort. But I really need to ditch the psionics, because I don't know if it's even worth bothering with that. Wait, hold on, what? Okay. My jacket gives me a bump, that's what's going on there, okay. I don't know, I think maybe I should keep grinding just these 3 things. And see where it gets me. 7 more points. So what can I do as a criminal? Pay with your feet. Ability to run is among... Okay. I just have a better movement speed. I can pick locks. I can pick pockets. Infuriate my enemies through verbal abuse, forcing them to make mistakes. My charisma's too low. I love that there's certain things in the trees that you can't get if you're not good enough. This is getting good. The precision, plus 15 for the next round. Trick an enemy and gain advantage in battle, okay. Play your ego. Play to the ego of your companions to get them to do something rash. Oh, funny. You insult your companion to motivate them. Crazy. Using smokescreen, you can go in stealth even in combat. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Plus 25 in stealth. Oh no, learn ability plus 25 in stealth. It is much more convenient to scheme when nobody's seeing you. I think learn ability is your friends. Cool. Well, that just made me happy. Yeah, isn't this an energy? Yeah, this is an energy weapon. So like it's pretty cool. Now what's going on here? Is this not the right way? Should I be going the other way? Yeah, I guess I crashed. I don't understand what happened. I'm pretty sure I was in a car. And I fixed the car. And then I drove off. Like, I really don't understand how I'm in a wasteland crash landed. Can I scan stuff? No. Immediately go off the path. I'm going this way. Oh. Oh? Oh? Can't go in there. There's a pile of... Oh, oh. Passage in the rocks. I can go in there. Look at that. I'm so good at this game. Board of Director believes in the bright future of the C-12 facility. According to calculations, the analytical part of the relic production of the facility will increase by 700% by 1979. That's in like 3 years, I think.
By the time you exit the cave, the desert is in deep darkness.
I should have explored more, but...
Blue firefly lights are floating in the thick darkness. The dry, chilly air smells of cooling sand. When you look closer, you notice a tall, white structure nearby. The screen on your Kairos blinks. The system reports an error while trying to update the built-in atlas. When the maps reload, the icons are gone. Only a single marker indicating your location remains. Well, you're still near Nashville, at least judging by the coordinates.
Is Icarus like a... or Cyrus, or whatever, however you pronounce that? Was that like my Pip-Boy equivalent? That's how I have a HUD. Exit the dome? I can just leave? That's... you woke up from stasis, climbed out of a... Was everything leading up to that point me being in stasis? You woke up from stasis and climbed out of the cave under Nashville. Why would I be in stasis under Nashville? I was my tutorial was kind of just like a simulation building. Like, it just ran you through a couple simulations, and then they're like, here, get in this truck and go. So you're telling me that truck driving outside was part of the simulation? Is that what I'm getting here? They Fallout 3'd me. They put me in the VR tank. And now I'm waking up from the VR tank with no concept or understanding of what other things could be in the VR tank. This is a whole thing. I can't believe this.
Prohibited. Employee currently deployed to the danger.
Emergency messages now coming. Just the frequency. Megal anomaly. Please currently deployed in the danger zone. Speak here. No one taught me standard evacuation protocol, assholes. You threw me in the field without this? The announcer's voice briefly replaced with static. All new committee citizens are encouraged to seek asylum. The city is far enough from the yellow sector to be considered safe under current conditions. Don't panic. Our scientists and security specialists are closely monitoring the maelstrom phenomenon. Any registered movements of psi fronts will be closely monitored. We urge you not to spread false rumors about victims among the population. Maintain confidence in our new committee authorities. The problem will be solved as soon as it is feasible. Attention. This is not a drill. I'm gonna hit the dashboard. Yeah, I didn't feel like listening to that. I got the message. Oh. Shit. Alright. My first dead body. Looted. What a day. Nashville Master Key. Health packs. What did I just pick up that I was wanting to read? That was like a note, right? Where do notes go in this game? Here it is. There's no one else I could ask. In a couple of hours, Nakamura will announce a general 6C class alert. The city will be closed and all fieldwork halted indefinitely. Though the control posts are still a mess, it is critically important for us to obtain data on the dynamics of the psyche field structure near Maelstrom. And ideally inside of it too. But I won't ask for the impossible. A reminder, please be careful. I have no other employees as experienced as, and none I can call a friend either. Yikes. Can I scan the body so I... Okay. Yeah, maybe I can tell whoever that is. Cool. Oops. What was that? A pile of plastics. Containers, lids, cable, coils, or recycling. Ooh, a hat. Ew. That's a shame. I'm gonna keep it on, but shame. Interesting. I need to find the materials still, okay. I just don't want to hold on to all these notebooks. I'm just rooting around for nothing. Hold on. Do I need to be stealthy here? I mean, I'm pretty sure someone already saw me, but Oh no, yeah, I need to be stealthy here. The fuck are you guys doing here? I don't need to be stealthy here. I can fight these guys. Give suicidal orders. Let me reload. And let me go for like a stealth attack or something. You walk past here, don't you? No, okay. I could just walk around now. Yeah, it really looks like I can just completely avoid this if I really wanted to. I don't think I want to, though. I think I want to hurt some people.
Someone from the outside.
Of course I missed.
Some outsider.
Jetpack jump. Yeah, dude, you really hurt me right there.
There was outsider
That's
radiation
fucked.
everywhere. Someone passed through.
Damn.
There is outsider radiation everywhere. Someone passed through here, scattering their light around.
Oh my god, I might have to reload. There's a lot of fucking enemies here. Oh no, it's just 4. They're just showing... I guess there's like a speed thing and maybe... skip a turn and stuff. That's kind of cool, I guess. Nice.
There is outsider radiation everywhere. Someone passed through here.
Frozen to the ground.
Covered our place with their scent.
Pocket sand got him again. Well, first time ever, but that was great. That was a really good pocket sand. I love it. Alright. Let's set this other bitch on fire. Fuck! Set this bitch on fire. Damn. What is this? Effect on target? Target gains 15 damage, but minus 25 precision. Eh. I was frozen to the ground anyway, I couldn't move. I'm getting fucked up, though. Okay. Think jetpack jumping is a thing I can do? No. Oh my god. I only have one shot left before I reload.
There are traces and fractals, traces and fractals. Ah!
Not loving this.
There are traces and fractals, traces and fractals.
Jesus Christ. My gun's jammed? Fuck off. Tools broken? Unjam? Dude. That's fucked.
Someone touched us, covered our place with their scent.
Did I just die? Alright. We'll do this a little bit.
Someone touched us, covered our place with their scent. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Cool.
Traces and fractals.
Pocket sand. That's crazy.
There are traces and fractals, traces and fractals.
Oh, silly me. Oops. God, that dude is so...
There are traces and fractals.
I'm
Traces
stuck in
and
this.
fractals.
What's up with you? It's hard to turn one's gaze away from such a horrific physiognomy. Alright. I think feint is supposed to be something I do. No, trick an enemy to gain an advantage in battle. How do I trick an enemy if I can't use the ability? Oh, I use it on myself. Nice. Ooh, cigarettes? Hell yeah. I'm also going to be smoking cigarettes. I don't know. There's probably going to be a negative effect to me smoking so many cigarettes, but I'm going to be smoking cigarettes. Temporary influence boost. That is just some dirt. Fantastic. Still don't know what the last two items are. Can definitely sell that. Oh, you get fired up for 30, is that 30 minutes or 30 seconds? Oh, I just have a fucking handgun in here? And how much does this use? Heals you 12 seconds. And that's 30 minutes of being fired up. That's cool. Oh, the bandages don't heal HP? What do I heal with then? Just snacks? Flatulence. could put the gloves on if I really wanted to. Yeah, I stole the old man's gun. Maybe I can give it to like a homie or something. Whenever I find one. Did I really not need to fight them? I could have just left. Is this really just a place to exist in? Nice. You don't heal from being well slept? I thought I did. According to some schools of psychoanalysts, an atmosphere of aggression and danger provides a hefty boost to the libido. No wonder, then, that as soon as you drift off to sleep, your subconscious presents you with a juicy story. In your dream, you walk through an archaic-looking town. The word Victorian comes to mind. You can't even remember where that came from. You catch a glimpse of a sign above the entrance, House of Assignation. Inside, you're welcomed by the madam of the house and her charming fairies. It's a brothel. The second half of your dream you recall only vaguely. But when you wake up in the morning, a happy smile lights up your face. When you wake up, you lie a while longer, enjoying your memories. If only such dreams came every night. This does raise some questions, of course. But this is the dome. Anything could appear in your dreams. So I guess if you sleep long enough, you... I don't know why I'm not healing. I could have sworn... there was like a thing to it. Yeah, take the ladder. Because I don't understand what this section is for if it's... I wasn't supposed to get past them. Oh. There's a door. I was standing near the door. Where I was hiding is where the door was. So, does that mean I have to fight every scientist that I walk into now? I'm scared. Because I don't know how to fucking heal. Without overeating, at least. Is that another gun? How do I have so many guns? Biochemical weapon? Rat eye? And then how do I know when I'm thirsty? Like, what a... Here it is. I'm a little thirsty, but not enough to drink an entire thing of water. Instant coffee fixes it, though. I don't know, there's a lot going on here. Let me smoke a pack of cigarettes. Nashville's observation deck is no less interesting. Besides the equipment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm on the observation deck. Let's observe. This binocular mounted on a rigid tripod is pointed south to the central section of the dome. It's hot in the south and almost everything is drenched in sunlight. The red sands are... Oh, so there's biomes? Am I gonna look north and see ice? Only after you focus do you understand there's nothing merry about the view. There are bright pieces of spire everywhere on the dunes where it fell. It's so weird. So I'm gonna see, can I find north? Can I find north? Let's see what north looks like. Major settlement there. Behind the ruins, a small long arc rises above the sand. It doesn't look human created. Look at the arc. Small mountain range, regular squat dome. Interesting, they were preparing to build a bustling city and then the collapse of a tower. I guess that's what the incident is the tower collapsing. Some 9/11 shit right there. Look at the dome. Somewhere in the sands of the northern sector, far beyond the arc, overlooking the dunes, you can see the border of the dome. It's glimmering, it's barely visible behind the shimmering of the warm air, but you know for certain it's there. And it will never let you out. Alright. Oh, am I, like, taking inventory of the things I can do in this game? To the east. Slums. And squat buildings. Magellan bunker. Magellan is like a company, I think, right? I see an entrance to a bunker, fair enough. With the changing pictures, I have a feeling they want me to go east first. Any kind of aesthetic has been sacrificed for durability. There's barracks, outskirts of the city, typical you see crudely fashioned construction materials, smoke and open fires, some rags flailing in the wind. Okay. Oh, got an achievement for looking everywhere. The only highway leads west. Hot air rises from the white shimmering salt marshes, distorting the image. The C-12 Nashville object has to be somewhere there, or rather what's left of it. Snow is not uncommon to the desert. Polar latitudes and high plateaus have no shortage of frozen water, but the sparkling white spots you see to the west are not snow. Salt marshes cover a significant portion of the sector, instantly disappearing behind the barely visible border. Shining the air above, perhaps there was once an island salt lake there, an inland salt lake, maybe the result of some large-scale forefathers experiment. Too massive and cutting. Yeah. C-12 Nashville. You point the binocular at ruins. You can't see much from the vantage, but you're able to make out the neighborhood and even a parking lot. Cool. Fragments of concrete. Oh. Disabled and abandoned trucks, all crumpled, torn to shreds, scattered on the asphalt, which is beginning to grow over. Abandoned cars and minivans outside the parking and cargo area along with the road, leading the Nashville base. Looks like Curiosity brought a lot of people there after the incident and destroyed them. However, in addition to the object destroyed by Maelstrom and abandoned, you spy some other points of interest. The elevator's out of order? That's bullshit. I want to get up there. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay, fine. So what, the whole... Yeah, the whole thing was getting interesting. Wow, they really want you to just be like, alright, now go do stuff. Statistics? No, that's not the kind of statistics I'm looking at. Alright, so you stumble upon an abandoned car with a working radio. Yeah, I remember that, right? Learn about a city located north of the dome. Right. I like that they auto-fail things that you can't go back to. Just imagine if I went, damn, I could go back and fix that turret right now. I don't want to. I had to go. It's probably already fixed by now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, well... let me get down to the bottom of the tower first. Maybe someone will meet me down there, because right now I'm kind of aimless. I can kind of just go wherever. And that's cool and all, but... yeah. It still has distracting looks. Alright, so... I murdered people. Cool. This area is empty. I guess I just leave. Transit zone. came out of there. I technically didn't have to go in there. And now what do I want to do? To be perfectly honest, I'm probably not doing much. I'm probably going to land somewhere and then call it. And I'm thinking for next time, I want to start out in the slums. If I'm going to be treated like people like that, it's just like societal rejects, then I'm going to go see what other people who also get treated that way think of this place.
You wander through the desert and suddenly fall, fainting for a moment.
I ate.
A quiet hum, like that of a huge bell, fills your head. The space around you is again hidden behind waves of fog. But now it's different. This even white haze conceals everything unnecessary, highlighting the important. In the northeast, a flickering column of blue light can be seen beating straight up through the clouds, like the beam of a huge lighthouse directed into the sky.
All right, so there's my waypoint. I'm still going to the slums,
Without
though.
taking your eyes off the beam, you struggle to get up. Each step requires great effort and your head is splitting. These are not the effects of sunstroke, and what you're seeing is no mirage. This is something else. Something is happening inside your head.
I don't think I'm smart enough to do anything about it. I'm going to do my best and improvise.
Scanning the ground nearby, you find a small, dusty plant with fleshy leaves. You saw something like this in Scout Messenger in '73. According to a magazine article, the juice of this plant helps relieve dizziness and pain.
How convenient.
You chew a couple of leaves, and you really do feel better.
Really?
The headache and hum soon pass. All that remains is a slowly dissipating fog and the blue glow fading away in the distance. You've seen this fading glow before, but from a different angle. The explosion that flashed through the clouds pushed apart by Maelstrom. This strange beam of light is what remains. It must mean something. Maybe there to the northeast is where your path now lies.
Alright, continue. I guess this is like, so can I just, like, sides, like, skirt this way and then cut back through if I wanted to try and avoid that? Oh wait, I have to actually, like, manually go there. I'll get it on my way back. Cool. Any abandoned industrial park is teeming with rat holes. Junktown, a settlement which emerged at an undeveloped industrial site, is no exception. Not even the locals know every way in and out. Use these paths with caution. You can get shivved on the sheriff's front porch at this place. See, again, that's from a magazine in 1977. That's just some presumptuous...
The hum in your head that's accompanied you from the moment you left Nashville and had almost fallen silent since suddenly returns.
Rude?
Barely able to stay on your feet, you look around. The road took you to a strange slum of rusty iron roofs.
No, I intentionally
Above them,
went...
You can clearly see a faintly glowing column of blue light, just like in the first vision that visited you shortly after you awoke. Somewhere in these slums is the unknown, but apparently important goal of your journey.
Okay. Yeah, we're at the slums. I think I'm honestly just gonna stop right here. I don't normally get time during the week to play RPGs, and I guess I didn't necessarily intend on recording today. But I want to just play, and I'm happy I did. I'm excited to see what this Junktown is all about. It's looking like there's more going on over there too. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Goodbye.